Howdy. There would be a lot of talk about today, but let's focus on a few things. NASA rover finds strange dragon bone looking Mars rocks. These are the pictures. NASA's Curiosity rover may have just uncovered the strangest rock formation yet on SOL 3786, ironically April the 1st. 2023. The rover captured bizarre-looking images of what closely resembles dragon bones. And it doesn't appear to be a joke. No. You can read the rest of that, and I have been looking at these pictures and somehow I thought they are in a way resembling somewhat similar rocks as I have in the yard. But since the surface or the surface atmospheric or the overall atmospheric conditions are totally different on Mars than it is on Earth, or they are on Earth, we might have to assume that it's slightly different than here. What I mean by that we have these rocks here, and that's not the best picture. Let me search quickly a better one. For example, this one. Yes, these are not mountains, as some would somehow expect, like about talking about geology. That's rather small, obviously, you can see. These are centimeters, not inches. Here I enhanced a little bit the colors, because every layer has its own distinct color, even though they are in a way repeating themselves as well. And we have also here, like all these quartz features here, they are sticking out. And there are like people living here in that place, so back in the days when they were created, probably there were some quartz peaks sticking out of the rock. And they may look like that. But this is just what I think, because what do I know? There we have this layering here in the rock and stuff like that. It's in a way very similar to what I have in my yard. Then we had some rocket launches today. And we had the solar eclipse. That's amazing. It was on the total other side of Earth, so no possibility or whatsoever to see this here. So you can check this out by yourself. There is probably much more footage of the whole event found all over the internet. But since we are talking about the sun, we might have to take a look after some time once again at the sun. We are watching the Secchi outer coronagraph, and we are watching this region. Yeah, the action is actually going on down here, but sometimes it spreads out. This is Mercury. I think it's here. Here you can see it. You are here, and Mercury is over here. That's Mercury. And in case you didn't know, it has a tail. Earth has a tail too. It might look slightly different than this one. But you can read up on that. I will put a link below to this as well. So now let's go over to the sun machines, and then let's have still a quick look at the CME, which is coming. So I put to the slowest we can And let's just have a look at the region here. That's the sun machine spot. There is always something going on. Something, I have no idea what could it be, or no idea why it's always at the same spot. We have to remember the sun is somewhere here. So this black disk here is the occulter disk. Otherwise, you couldn't probably see anything. So whatever is going on here might go on still closer to the Earth. If we zoom out a bit here on the right side, this white circle is the size of the sun. And that's just an occulter disk within the camera, blocking some amount of the light. And here we have Mercury. So these are screenshots. There's always the original screenshot, as you can see here. There is a part of the screenshot still from the other camera. And that's the enhanced version. Yeah, there might be something or there might be not. Here might be something, here. Or not. I will put a link below to this as well. You can go there and check it out for yourself. That's the next frame. There were 13 frames, so there's quite a lot missing. And that's the original. Yeah, maybe there's something, maybe not. But let's have a look at the slightly enhanced version. Yeah, maybe there's something, I don't know. I leave it up to you. And I also wonder what these are. Maybe there's another one here. Whatever it might be. On this case, I took the screenshot of the whole picture because I noticed something here besides Mercury. It looks like that. It might be way far off. And that's the sun machine hotspot. And that's the same picture. There might be something or there might be not. Actually, we should maybe check this out on this as well. Yeah, there is maybe something visible. A disturbance in the camera, very well possible. We have still 2 or even many more. Who knows? Sun machine spot. Yeah, this looks very neat. But I think that's just an ejection of the sun. Maybe. Maybe there is something going on here as well. I do these videos about the sun machines, as I started to call them, because they every now and then resemble something looking like a machine. I'm not saying these are machines, I'm just saying they're looking, or they have a machinish appearance every now and then. We have to go still further on. Yeah, actually here is also something interesting. Maybe. But this camera, I don't know, it's 25 years or something that it has been up there. Got fried many times. There are still those. I haven't noticed them in the beginning. And this seems to have moved a little bit southwards. Maybe, maybe not. The enhanced version of the same picture. Let's check this out first. Maybe that's one thing. Yeah, it's maybe very annoying hearing me saying maybe all the time, but that's the reason why I do these videos. The Sun Machine videos. Because I really hope that one day, someone writes a comment or whatever takes contact and explains me what we are looking at here. What's the reason for there's something at the exact same place? That's the enhanced version of the picture we just watched. Yeah, the reason why. Why and how something can be stationary. Or let's say, yeah, stationary. At least from the perspective of this camera. I think the Earth is somewhere like a little bit to the right. It's not in front of Earth. It's a little bit to the side. But nonetheless, how something can stay always at this position despite the sun rotating in this direction? It doesn't make any sense. Like if there would be something here after 2 days or something, it would be here, and then it would be here, and then it would be here, and then it would go around on the backside and come again here. You know? As the sunspots do. As all the other things do. On the sun, they are rotating over. But this spot is always at the exact same position. And since it looks every now and then very interesting, and it's at the same place, it doesn't make any sense to me. And that's the reason why I make these Sun Machine videos. Ben Davidson once said that it's the polar cusp of the sun. I really doubt that. Yeah, it would be way out there somewhere in the heliosphere boundary. I don't know what we are looking at. But obviously, as you can see by yourself, this is just from one day, few hours. There, you probably wouldn't notice too much movement of any sunspot in this short amount of time. But if you go whenever time frame to check this out, it's always at the same position. And I somehow wonder about that, because it's still there. And it's branching. Yeah, let's try to take a screenshot of this. And enhance it a bit, because maybe I spotted something which could... No. Yeah, sorry for that. But can I draw on that? Let's try. Yeah, here. Let's put out on the contrast. Now that's not the best example. But there, it looks like there would be something here, and then it would be something here, and then it would be something here. I don't know. And if you suffer from pareidolia, there's a guy sitting here with a hat. That's the face, and sitting here, there's one hand, the feet. Fat wizard. So this was the picture here. And it's going to be better. We still have this one here and some others jetting around. Here's one on the edge. And once again, same spot. Every 12 minutes it should take a picture, but it doesn't. Or they don't show us. Yeah, what is that? I don't know. If you know, tell me. And we have still this here. It looks in a way very spectacular. It might be just a plasma filament standing there. And that's the original screenshot. And we have that thing here. So, this might be one of these examples where I say it has this kind of machinish appearance every now and then. It's not the best example. I have very mind-blowing pictures of sun machines. But still, what's that? How can it be at the same position all the time? There's something here, and somehow it might seem there's a connection between those two. I don't know. I leave it up to you. And this might be just particles in the so-called solar wind. And yet still we have this structure here. And this one, and this one. But now let's have a look at this region here. Let's check out this first. Yeah, this doesn't look like too much anymore. Maybe. Talking like a frog. Maybe. This looks interesting. Not too well defined. Now a bit better defined. And I think I made from this even the third version. A screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot. And we have something very bright here. Yeah, that's a screenshot of the screenshot, and that's the enhanced version. Yeah, whatever that is. Earth would be probably the size of that. Maybe even smaller. But now let's have a quick look still at the CME. And for this we go over to European Space Agency. Euphoria. You are here. And this is when it hits. Somewhat 22 hours from now. And I cannot stop this. This is a constant loop. And this is very interesting because there is this very low density region coming right after the big shock. There is first this impact of the CME, which isn't, according to this, it's not too strong, somewhat 70 parts per Q centimeters. But then, after that, we go down almost to zero. And this means Earth's magnetosphere, and through that, the atmosphere, and maybe other things too, start to expand. You know, I probably would expect some kind of earthquake or volcanic activity, maybe even some very crazy weather somewhere, because this will have an effect. After getting crushed very hard, like a very big release of the pressure, density, and stress. If you would think about Earth as a living being, many people which are working, they are working, then they get holidays. And on the first day they get sick. And they are almost the whole holiday time sick. Because the stress it just stopped. And the body isn't under tension anymore. There's the change going on chemically in your human being, and because we know all chemical changes are basically electrical in nature. So there might be some polarity changes and charge increases and decreases and fluctuations going on in your body that you get sick. Probably we have to experience something like this in this CME. 22 hours, tomorrow evening, it hits, and then it takes 1 day or something. According to this is a forecast. So this is approximately at, here we can see better actually, maybe, let's say midnight. It takes somewhat 24 hours in order to make the drop to almost zero. And let's see how far it goes. And the question just arose in the back of my head is, can we go below zero? What would that mean? Crack in the Earth's magnetosphere or magnetic field? Interesting. Earth is leaking water into space all the time. It depletes on the moon and stuff like that. In case if you didn't know. And how it comes, like solar eclipses and all these kind of things. So probably we have to expect something bigger going on somewhere. Earthquake, volcanic activity, whatever, this kind of natural phenomena. Maybe even some people freak out. You know. Don't push the button. Anyway, thanks. Bye.